Hey, you want to say good morning to the Zeeblies?
Good morning.
Good morning. We are walking to breakfast. We're walking. I'm zooming in. Wrong way. We're walking to breakfast. We're going to get breakfast. And then we got to run to the store. I'm going to take the girls swimming earlier today before we have our first appointment at 3 p.m. today. Sorry, that sun is like taking out my picture. But that is what we're doing. So this is where we're staying. And if you ever have one of these, I highly suggest you stay here. We really like it. So yeah, we're gonna go get breakfast and then keep going on with our day.
Gave them a room tour, right?
Yeah. Hey guys, so we are fixing to get ready to head out to Savannah's first appointment. We are just hanging out at the place and I'm getting ready to pack up my backpack. When we go to the hospital, I don't like to take my purse. I'd rather take a backpack so I can put other stuff in there, especially stuff that Sydney can do and play. So I'm going to get that stuff together so we can head out the door. Because Savannah has so many appointments, I actually made a folder with all her, like all of this is her appointments, with all of her appointments. So I'm able to keep up with it. And then what I'm going to do is after we go, let me do it with this paper and I'll show you. After we attend the appointment, I'm just going to fold it over, so that means that it's done. That way I can keep up with all her appointments, because she has a lot of appointments to go to this next week and a half. We've gotten to the hospital. Hold on, City. And so we're a little early, so since we have time, we're gonna walk down and take these tabs to the Ronald McDonald House. That helps them with funding for the Ronald McDonald House for when people get to stay there. It's an amazing organization, and any help we can give them, we're gonna do so. They've definitely been there for us. So we're walking down real quick to the Ronald McDonald House to drop these off, and then we'll be headed back up to the hospital for Savannah's appointment. So that's what we're doing.
I can't. You want to carry these bags? No. You don't want to carry the bags? Here, I'll hold you on. Okay. That truck is bad.
Yeah.
How would we have a truck like that? Visitor entrance.
I thought so.
Whoa!
Yep.
But it looks like it has a scanner.
Yeah, you just
That's
put it in there. Savannah?
Why do we put it in there?
Because this is where you drop them off at.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Cindy, you want to get a sticker?
Ooh.
Give tabs to want to get a couple because I want to keep some. And then memory book. There, Sydney.
Let her have one.
Here you go.
Say. Happy Friday, Z please. So today I'm just gonna sit and chit chat with you. We went to orientation yesterday and then we came home. And so this morning we had to be up at the hospital pretty early. So we got up, we went to the hospital, we did Savannah's first initial x-ray. And then after her x-ray, we went to see her brand new doctor, Dr. Garrison, who was really nice. We really liked him. Yes. And so in that appointment, this was the first initial appointment, meeting him, coming up with the plan for, if you're not familiar with what Savannah's doing these 2 days, yesterday, today, and then all of next week, she is doing something called the bowel management program. And what that is them trying to figure out why she has the colon issues that she has. And then along with that, a treatment. Coming up with a treatment that works for her. So, with this, we came home with all this glorious stuff. Before I go over this, let me tell you what he did say. Savannah does have a redundant colon, but her redundant colon is not severe. He said it really isn't that bad, which is a good thing. And so that kind of automatically knocks her out as a candidate for the major surgery, which we are very happy about. The major surgery would include removing, one second. Okay. So what the major surgery includes is removing a portion of her colon, because that portion is not working. Now, that isn't to say that that is 100% out of the woods with end up having to do that, but she's got a very high percentile that she won't. The only reason now that it would come up that we would need to do it is if they discover that the nerves throughout her colon, her large intestine, is dead and not working. Then that kind of leaves us with other options, like that option of, okay, well, what do we do about this portion of the colon that is truly not functioning? But from the doctor didn't say this, but from his attitude and everything, I don't think he suspects that he's going to find that. She will have a test next week to double check and make sure. So there is next Friday, a week from today, we'll discuss if a cecostomy or a Malone is a good option for her. But in between that time, we have to do a few things. One thing is Sin has to put her feeding tube back down for fluids. I also have to contact her GI doctor to talk to them about the fact that she is still not getting enough fluids, because anyone that has GI issues knows how important it is to get adequate fluids. And when you're not, you're going to have even more issues. So that's something we have to discuss with her GI doctor. The colorectal doctor said that is all on Dr. Farrell, her GI doctor. So we will discuss that with him. But I went and got tons of Gatorade for her fluids for her NG tube. I did not bring, insurance or home health does send Pedialyte to the house. I didn't bring it. I honestly didn't think that we would need the tube. I only brought it just in case, and I knew that if we did, then I would just have to go buy fluids. So we got that. Then we got saline and glycerin. Now, these are for enemas. The type of enemas we're having to do is not your normal over-the-counter enemas. These enemas look like this. And this is actually what they use when they do, I know you've heard us talk about irrigation with Savannah when she's in the hospital. This is the same exact tubing that they use. Yes, it's about a foot, maybe even a foot and a half long. For irrigations, they do put this whole thing in her. For this, we do not have to. We only put about 4 inches, and then there's a balloon in here. You blow up the balloon. Let me see if it's in. So you put it in. You blow up the balloon. Like this. And it hangs in her colon. She then is hooked to a bag, kind of like her feeding bag. She's hooked to a bag that has the solution for the enema, and it drains in. Then she has to sit with this in for 10 minutes once it's fully drained for 10 minutes. Then after 10 minutes, we will remove it, and then she has to just go do her thing. And that is something we have to do every single day from now until next Friday, a week. So in this process, we'll figure out, you know, are they going to have, they did stop her laxatives for the moment because they want to see if just doing these at home will be what she needs. Because if just doing these at home, you know, and it doesn't have to be every day, it could be once a week or 3 times a week, 2 times a week. But figuring out what works, you know, is the best thing. No, this is not going to be fun. It's going to be uncomfortable. But it is what it is, and it's what she has to do to prevent these hospital cleanouts and her backing up. So that's what we have to do every day. We have a journal book thing they gave us to fill it out, and that's what we're getting ready to start doing. Again, she's used these before, so that's not, I mean, she's a little nervous about the balloon, but that's because they never fill up the balloon in the hospital.
Unless you need it.
Yeah, unless you need it. And so we will, I'm not obviously going to record us doing this, but after we do the first one, if she wants to, I'll have her chime in and kind of tell you how it was, so that if you're getting ready to have to do something like this, she can kind of tell you once she's actually done it, if she wants to talk about it. Otherwise, we're just hanging out in the hotel. I'm going to get this stuff put away, and
I'm doing schoolwork.
She's doing schoolwork, and yeah, that's just what we're doing. So I guess we will see y'all later. Bye, guys.
Hi, Zablies. So I am going to tell you about my experience. So I'm going to start off with the balloon first. The balloon just feels like you have to poop, practically. It's kind of weird, but it's like not scary at all. It doesn't really get that uncomfortable. It just really feels like you have to poop really
You started shaking from the discomfort.
Well, it
from
wasn't
the urge.
From the urge. I did start shaking while like everything was coming in.
And we could only get half of the
And we could
amount.
only get half of the amount in me because I was shaking so bad. I was like this.
And it was starting to leak around.
And it was starting to leak, and they were like, yeah, no. We were just like, yeah. And so then because like one of the instructions is you have to hold it in after you get all of the stuff in. So if I only got half, that was kind of like a little bit of like and then I tried holding it, and I could barely hold it for 5 minutes, and then like literally started leaking out the liquid that we had to put in me. And so it leaked out, so we rushed to the bathroom. Mom pulled the tube out, and I went poop. But it But I also had to sit there for 45 minutes also. And after like the first 2 minutes, then I just stopped pooping. So, yeah. But yeah, it, other than the discomfort and the like really, really, the really, really bad urge to poop, it's not bad. So anybody who's gonna get this done,
Help me.
I don't suggest getting it done, but if you have to get it done,
Who picked these
Then-
pajamas out?
me.
Having a struggle over here.
You actually picked out her clothes, so it's your fault.
Finish.
So yeah, it's not bad. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend doing it if you don't have to. But if it's something that you have to do, if it's something that you have to do, it doesn't hurt or anything like that. It might give you a little bit of discomfort. But yeah, just thought I would chime in.
Hello.